It is January 2nd of 2025, 2:41 p.m. Happy Thursday, happy Thursday. Let's say it together. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. People, I want to do a follow-up on this fog thing. I said I want to do a follow-up on this fog thing. I think I did a video maybe 4 days ago, something like that. You know, with the fog, it's fogging up the brain, literally. I find myself running to do errands like I have a slight vertigo, seriously, like a slight vertigo. I have in front of me some throat spray, some water, of course my nutritional pills, pine needle tea, turmeric, orange. I cut up onions and I put them on the shelves in both the rooms. And I decided to buy a humidifier, which thank God it feels to be working. Appreciate all the comments and suggestions you guys have put in. I just had to get with the program because last night when I tell you I couldn't sleep, I was up every hour. And I did a quick video where around 6 o'clock in the morning, went back to bed. And it was ridiculous, people. And the thing about it is that this is happening around the world. Around the world, people. I mean, and the question I have for you, and put in the comment section, have you heard any politicians talking about it? And I am serious. You know, one of the hallmarks of a leader is to be able to keep abreast as to what's going on, whether it's in your neck of the woods or even internationally. I suggest to you that there is a quietness, and it's loud. You feel me? There's a quietness, people. You can hear the ball in New York City drop from December 31st, 2024. You can still hear it. I searched all over the internet. I'm looking for a politician. I'm looking for Trump, Elon Musk, Ramaswamy. I'm not picking on it. I'm just saying those are the key people always in the news. And especially Joe Biden. I said especially Joe Biden. Why? Because he's 82 years old. Well, Trump ain't no better, he's 78. You would think after arguably 3 weeks of fall and people all over social media, pick your source, people are talking about the fog. They think it's the fog. And I hear a big yell from the heavens saying, prove me wrong. I hear a big yell from social media, from the hearts and minds of people. I got half the mind to go to a few hospitals and ask some doctors and nurses if they would even talk to me. I've read what people have said, that there's an increase of people going to the hospital because of this. They believe it's the fog. So my question to you is not only is how come our leaders aren't saying anything? Do you think this should be a state of emergency? I don't think it's too far-fetched to ask for it. God gave us life. And as far as I'm concerned, this thing is in jeopardy. I'm sure people have died from this. I'm sure people are in the hospital right now. Especially if they had pre-existing conditions. You know they're the most vulnerable. You know. And so what is this omission, if you will? There's reporting, but I'm not hearing a clarion call. People, that should let you know. If there's anything else that you should, when you do your Sherlock Holmes, Perry Mason, Columbo, pick your favorite detective, and you sit back and you ponder what's really going on, you should ask yourself, how come all these leaders who are in the spotlight every day talking about everything else, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, chicken soup, but not a peep about what we're talking about and experiencing? Namely, people thinking it's the fog. So I've run a few videos in sequence because I want you to listen, then I want to comment from there. Please like, subscribe, and thumbs up.
To use some personal information on it. So we drove down in a family emergency to another state, and we drove through the fog through 3 states. All the way through, 100% of the drive was in a deep fog that you could not see 10 car lengths ahead of you on the highway. When we got to this new state, we of course had to do some things, and we spent some time outside in this fog. In less than 12 hours after being in the fog, I started getting sick with flu-like symptoms. I haven't really had any exposure anywhere else. I haven't been to anywhere that I should have had exposure. I haven't seen the snotty little kids and the coughing or anything else. It was basically a drive and then inside a couple of establishments to and from. As soon as I started noticing some sort of symptom from it, I remembered something that I thought was impossible. There are things happening in this world that will drive us over the edge. We are starting to see, from extreme weather events to governments that are basically setting up for civil war. We have a whole world at war playing out in front.
What do you think? Is he accurate? If you're a bus driver, school bus driver, taxi cab driver, Lyft, Uber, truck driver, if you're in and out of the car for deliveries, put your comment in the comment section. Compare yourself the way you feel to this time last month. I don't care what city you're in. I don't care what country. Is there a difference in your body? Because, again, I'm going to say, this is a state of emergency. This man was out driving. And right now, as I'm talking, I'm telling y'all, my larynx, you know how it hurts to swallow? But you know you got to swallow to kind of test it. There's still something there. I know it's going to get worse if I don't keep doctoring on it. I've only had maybe a total of 4.5 hours sleep. And after this video, I'm going to take another nap. It's affecting everything that I do. And I'm sure it's affecting you. Check this out. This is over in India. Yeah, India. From a day ago.
1st to 3rd, with conditions intensifying from January 4th to the 6th. Meanwhile, dense fog and cold wave conditions are expected to maintain their grip over some parts of northwest India for the next 24 hours. Gradual improvement is forecast afterwards. Cold day conditions will prevail in isolated areas of Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, East Uttar Pradesh, and Chandigarh from today. The cold wave conditions have led to maximum temperatures dipping by more than 5 degrees Celsius in at least 50 districts of the state, in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Dense fog is projected to engulf parts of Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Rajasthan, Chandigarh, Haryana, and other eastern and northeastern states till January 5th. For today, the Met Department has predicted a mainly clear sky in Delhi and neighboring.
Now, can you imagine this? Trying to fly, helicopter, plane, whatever, jet. And this is what you unexpectedly run into? Financially, it's a shutdown on the economy. Do you understand? This is hindering the economy, people. And January is the month where people struggle in the first place for businesses. I'm sure if you run your own business, put in the comment section, I'm sure you're seeing less people out now. Because who wants to drive in dense fog, especially at night? That's why I'm saying, on another level, this is a state of emergency, which calls for investigation. Now here's a lady, mysterious fog enveloping the entire world. People are getting sick and flights are being canceled. Listen to her testimony when she went out the other day, preparing for a party. Listen.
This morning, it is about 7:40 in the morning when I had to record this video because something is going on with this whole fog situation. So let me kind of explain to you what's going on my end. So it all started for me. I have been noticing fog like the past 2-3 days, but I was talking to Dollface on the phone and I was grabbing some stuff because I have an annual Christmas party after Christmas for the family and stuff like that. And so I was going to Walmart to go grab the stuff for the macaroni and cheese and everything. And when I left Walmart, I'm like, oh my God, it's so foggy. I can barely see. And he was like, oh, wow, and I'm literally trying to drive and I could not see 2 feet in front of me. It was that bad. Usually from Walmart from my house is probably a 10-minute drive. It took me about 20-25 minutes to get home because I was literally doing 2 miles an hour. And when I turned on my high beams, everything was just white. I felt like I was driving in a dream. It was so freaky. I could not see any headlights literally until they got on me. I had to be so careful to drive all the way to the, near the curb so I wouldn't.
Have you experienced this? I can see yourself having an accident. You put on your high beams thinking that's going to be better and it's worse than it was. This is hurting the economy as well. Is it the fog, people? Is it worth an investigation? I know we got the thing going on in New Orleans. I know we got the cyber truck blew up the other day in front of the Trump Hotel and the shootings in New York. I get it. But people, we're talking about millions of lives, I'm sure, which are being affected, not just nationally, but internationally. And again, not a peep. Somebody, everything else. Mike Johnson should stay. Mike Johnson should go. Oh, let me give money to another nation so they can keep the war going on. But not a peep in relation to what we think is going on, and that is the fog. Don't you find that silence peculiar? See, because when I went out to get my humidifier today, I thought about them like, Pearson, where's the leadership? It's just like I did the video a few weeks ago, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute. They're talking about all these UFOs, all these drones. And Elon Musk, what did he say? Nobody went to Elon Musk. His expertise are the skies. And not a peep, at least I didn't hear anything, of Elon Musk in relation to the drones and UFOs. Do you feel me? You specialize in that field. Not a peep out of you. People, we got to start putting 2 and 2 together. We got to think beyond what they're saying and what they're not. What they're doing, what they're not. And of course, you don't want to think nefariously, but hey, with all this silence, the man begins to wonder. I said the man begins to wonder. I have experienced something over the last 2+ weeks that I have never experienced to last as long. We've all been sick. And like people are saying, this is a different type of air. And I'm getting chills. You feel me? That's what I'm getting. And this is what I'm thinking. Some type of agent. I don't see it as natural. Because if I didn't have a cold, why am I having chills? If I didn't have a cold, how come my larynx swelled up? If I didn't have a cold, how come my stomach blew up? If I cold, all of a sudden my feet have a twitch and a tingle in them. It reminds me of what I read back in the day in World War II. This hurts. Watch this.
This chilling video shows the final moments of a helicopter before it crashed in heavy fog, killing all those aboard. 2 pilots, a doctor and a healthcare worker, were in the helicopter when it took off in extremely poor visibility on December 22nd in Volga, Turkey, to pick up a patient. Just moments after liftoff, the chopper began moving toward the hospital, shrouded in thick fog. It subsequently crashed into the building's 4th floor. No one inside the hospital was hurt, but damage to the upper floors of the building was visible in the aftermath. The exact cause of the crash wasn't immediately confirmed, but the province's governor noted the heavy fog in a statement to the media.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It took that long to diagnose it? Come on, man. We need a new definition of leader. Or do we? Or maybe we have the wrong. I said, started a few weeks ago, that by and large it's not us. It's the leadership. And the world reflects the mindset of the leadership. I'm feeling ignored. Today is the first day I actually feel, with everything that I'm doing, that I can come out of this thing gradually. You see, because one of the things I did when I got up this morning, after I was just tired, after another hour and a half nap, I went to the washroom, people, and I turned the shower on. Full blast hot. Not the water. I turned the shower on. And I sat in the bathroom for at least 20 minutes. And I'm telling you, the mucus began to just run out of my body. It was so bad, it felt like it wanted to come out of my eyelids. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is a state of emergency. I've never had my body in this condition before. When you've experienced enough sickness, your mind can reflect on how it was versus to what's really going on. And you're just like, Pearson, something ain't right. But I want to thank God, because I was at my wit's end. I'm walking through my apartment like, what else do? I got a drawer full of medicines, tablets. I've got at least 7 different teas, people. I've always had that. Throat spray, water, you name it. I'm like, what else do I take? Do I go to the hospital? Almost did. So then I went to brush my teeth, and I'm like, wait a minute. Just close the door and turn the hot water on, man. Thank God for it. It was like a lifesaver. And when I tell you I didn't honestly know I had that much congestion in my head, I didn't know. It must have been coming out of my chest as well, because I've been feeling spikes in my chest. So I don't know everything about the anatomy, but I'm speculating that these arteries, everything just began to come out. And like I said, today is the first day since I made a video a week ago that I felt like, even if I don't come out of the woods 100%, I feel like I finally have something in place where I know I can see daylight. Because last week I told you guys, I thought I was getting a little bit better. Man, shoot. It popped right back up on me. I'm like, my God, what is this stuff that's out here? frustration. He's over, forgot what city he's in. He might be overseas. Listen to his response. And look at those clouds. He said, these are not normal cloud formation. Listen to this.
These aren't storm clouds. This is if they burn off, they burn off in East Palestine. This is not fucking storm clouds. Look at it. This is over Darlington.
And another story. Did you hear that? Let's play it again. You can feel the frustration.
Look, we've tested. These aren't storm clouds. This is if they burn off, they burn off in East Palestine. This is not fucking storm clouds. Look at it. This is over Darlington.
I tell you, people, look, when you're sick, you lose it. When you're sick, when you've done every logical, historical thing that you have done in the past to deal with what you think it is, a regular cold, and that don't work and it lingers, you just throw your mental hands up like, I'm done. And you scream at that which you think is the problem. And that's what he's doing. And I'm sure a lot of people with issues already probably said, you know what, I'd rather just die. Because you're out of options and you don't see a way out. You're like, this thing's going to take me. It's going to take the thoughts of that go through you. Like, I don't know what's going to give me relief.
Is anyone else experiencing, like, I got a sore throat right now, but
All right, so we're going to go a little further with this here. I understand that pets are going through it too, right? You guys heard about that? Pets are going through it too, your animals.
In Los Angeles, again, I've lived in Los Angeles half my life. I've never seen fog like this. Let me show you what it looks like today. Pretty foggy. What do you think, people? There are videos from around the world. I don't care what culture it is, what color you are, what your age is. Everybody's explaining this. I get the funny feeling at the end, the powers that be are going to talk about it. And then they're going to arrest the situation by taking away some of our rights. That's what I get at. I get that at some point they're going to acknowledge it. And then we lose at the end. Tim, what you think? Is this leading to something? Has it passed in your country, in your neighborhood? Has it intensified? Or is it just lingering? And regardless if it's still there or not, I want to know, has this left out of your body? Because it's like you're hooked. You keep taking medicine, keep taking herbs, you trying to sleep, you can't sleep. See, that's one thing I always depend upon. I said, if I take something and I sleep, I know by the time I wake up in the morning, I'm going to feel better. This thing won't allow you to sleep. And I think that's the biggest part of this, is that you can't even have your body rejuvenate itself, because you don't need a study to know, but you just know it from your history. If you sleep and you're taking A, B, and C, X, Y, Z, the odds are you're going to wake up a little bit better and you're going to get progressively better. But now you can't even sleep. People, I don't know about you, but I want to do this video because I'm asking you. Number one, do you think this is a state of emergency? If you don't, then tell me why not. Because what is it going to take for you to even think that this was even normal? And number two, why can we only hear a political pin drop? That's my question. I'm waiting on somebody to put a microphone in a politician's face and say, hey, did you hear about the fog? Everybody got a mama, a daughter, an aunt, a nephew, a baby, a friend who's a doctor or a nurse. Everybody knows somebody at this point or seen something on social media where you heard about the fog. You can't tell me that Trump, Elon, Ramaswamy, and go down the alphabet, they ain't heard about this fog. They had to hear about it. So why aren't they saying anything? And if I'm wrong, put in the comment section. But I ain't heard bleep from them. These are dangerous times. I told y'all my live video, New Year's Eve, we're going to see Satan in 2025. I had no idea what I was saying. But now I do. Thumbs up and share it. God bless.
And people, you know what?
This is Friendship Pierce.
You know what? I would go on record and say that if you don't think it is an emergency, it's because they're not reporting it. Allegedly. It's deep, y'all. Stay safe.